Welcome back, folks, to another episode of...
Samara has asked to speak with you when you have a moment, Shepard.
Ooh. A mission, perhaps? We may never know. Well, we will in about 5 minutes or so. I mean, just have to talk to teammates, blah blah.
Have a few minutes to talk?
Very well. I had been recording a message for Kolyat.
How are things going with him?
It is difficult. All things worth keeping are. I never explained. I suppose the story of my wife's death took you by surprise.
No kidding.
As a rule, I'm not fond of surprises.
I'm
I
so
didn't think it
mad.
would be relevant. I expected to die without speaking to Kolyat again. I knew he'd blame me for Irika's death. That memory I mentioned before. Laser dot trembles on the target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind. Sunset eyes defiant in the scope. That was Irika. That was how I met her. She saw my targeting laser as she walked by and threw herself in the way.
So, how'd you get married?
So how did she go from blocking your shot to having your children?
I had to meet her. The memory possessed and endowed me. I fell on my knees before her, begged her pardon. She introduced me to the world beyond my work. Eventually, she forgave me. Later, she loved me.
I guess she impressed you.
She woke me up. Her body trembles. Not fear. Indignation. Her mouth moves. How dare you? You and I trained to sacrifice ourselves to save others. How often does a civilian step in the way of a bullet to protect someone they've never met? I thought she was the goddess Arashu. She met my eyes through the scope, and my purpose faltered.
What happened to her?
When you talked to Kolyat, you said she died.
I let myself become complacent. I thought Irika and Kolyat were safe. I stayed away too long, and my enemies came for her.
Who?
Who came for her?
Batarians. A slaver ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies. I'd killed their leaders. They paid the Shadow Broker to find out who I was. But they were afraid of me, so they went after her.
You were careless.
You're a smart man, Thane. You didn't take precautions?
I did. I should have done more. I knew my family was vulnerable. I accepted my death when I was 12. Nothing could make me accept theirs. My body hunted her killers, murdered them. I was taught to grant death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering. Them. I let them linger.
I would have too.
I don't blame you. They killed innocents to get to you.
For you and me, death is business. For people like them, it is sport. I haven't spoken about my wife and I don't think I ever have. I didn't have anyone left to tell it to.
Just focus on your son.
You're talking to your son again. That's huge. Don't lose sight of that by dwelling on should-have-beens.
You are correct, of course. You've given me much to meditate on.
Well, I think that's it for talking with Fame. Oh.
I am glad you came.
Okay.
I must ask for your help. That is not easy for me.
Is it something I would like to do?
What do you need?
When we met on Ilium,
No.
I told you about a very dangerous person I was pursuing.
I swear.
Using the information you obtained, I have located her.
Every
She's been going
time.
by the name Morinth. I would like to apprehend her before she disappears again.
I always have to help you people. Is it urgent?
Didn't you say you'd pick up her trail after our mission?
I know where she is, right now. In a month, she may be gone. This is the best opportunity I've ever had.
Okay, where is she?
Where is she?
Omega, a nightclub called Afterlife, which seems a perfect place for her to hunt.
Is it important?
How important is this?
Killing her has been my focus for 400 years.
Oh.
It is the most important thing in my life, and the reason I became a Justicar.
Who is she?
Tell me about her.
She is an Ardat Yakshi. It is a term from a dead Asari dialect. It means demon of the night winds, but that is mythology. She is simply a very dangerous woman who kills without mercy.
Sounds like you.
You're dangerous too.
as are you. But she is different. Morinth suffers a rare genetic disorder. When she mates with you, there is no gentle melding of nervous systems. She overpowers yours, burns it out, hemorrhages your brain. You end up a mindless shell, and soon after, you are dead.
You kill her because she's different?
So you hunt down these Asari just because they're born with a genetic condition?
It manifests with maturity. When one is diagnosed, she is offered the chance to live in seclusion and comfort. If she refuses, it shows her addiction to the ecstasy she gets from killing her mates. There is no redemption for such a person.
What if she wants freedom?
Can't she abstain?
Each encounter gives her strength. The effect is narcotic. The more she does it, the more she needs to do it. She will never stop. She can't.
She's been doing this for 400 years? She's gotta be raving mad by now.
Why isn't this ever mentioned in Asari literature or art?
When we were primitive, there was much fascination with Ardat Yakshi. Some cultures worshipped them as gods of destruction. Now the Asari have a place in the galaxy, and they don't wish this defect to be widely known. As far as I know, only 3 exist today. 2 chose a life of seclusion. The 3rd ran.
Morinth.
She ran, and I am sworn to kill her.
Is she that dangerous?
Isn't she only deadly to the people she mates with?
Each time she kills, she becomes stronger, smarter, and faster. And she's been doing this for 400 years. She confuses her victims, twists their feelings. They will do anything for her favor.
I'll think about it.
If we have time, we'll deal with it.
There is one thing more. This creature, this monster. She is my daughter.
Gasp! Ah! Do you have any other children, perhaps?
You said this is genetic. How many children do you have?
3. And 3 Ardat Yakshi are in existence today.
Gasp!
It is as it sounds. Morinth was always the wild one. She was happy and free, but selfish.
This is so unexpected. My God, Samara, how could you? You should have told me.
I needed to know this a long time ago.
I present no danger to anyone besides my own children. And this is not easy to speak of, even 400 years after I learned it. My daughter's condition is my fault, and my redemption lies in killing her.
Huh.
Do not pity me. Simply understand my situation.
No.
I need my crew to be good at their jobs and keep their personal lives personal.
I understand. Nonetheless, if there is time, I would like to go to the Afterlife nightclub on Omega. Help me find my long-lost daughter. And kill her.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
If there's time, maybe we can go to Omega.
Yeah, whatever. Blah, blah. Isn't it right? Like, every time, I mean, every team member needs your help with something. Yeah. Ever a moment of peace and quiet?
Shepard, Commander.
I want to learn more about you.
I'd like to find out more about you.
We want to speak to you as well.
Okay.
Strange. Usually I have to pry conversation out of you.
You are not bound by the hardware limitations of organics. You assisted us with the heretics. You do not fear us. We have watched organics for over 3 centuries. You are plagued by questions of existence.
You mean philosophy?
Why am I here? Do I have anything worth living for? That sort of thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Geth know our answers to those questions. We were created to labor for the Quarians. Our memories will be archived after death. We are immortal. Our gods disowned us. We must create our own reasons to exist.
Alright, folks, I'm gonna cut it off here, so thanks for watching. Leave a comment and tune in to the next one. Thanks for watching, folks.